Hello everybody, this is Phonito Bobbin here, and welcome back to Trainz Simulator 3. We are back for yet another route review, and this time we're taking a look at the Marias Pass approach. Yes, now you guys who might be well into the Trainz landscape might already know this name, as I think the Marias Pass approach route has been featured in multiple versions of Trainz for quite a long time now, and of course the Marias Pass route is well known in other train simulators as well. And Marias Pass approach has been featured in multiple Trainz games. In fact, this route is not necessarily new to the Trainz mobile franchise, as the Marias Pass approach route was also a DLC route in Trainz Simulator 2. But for today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Marias Pass approach route as it is in Trainz Simulator 3. Yes! So as you see in front of me, we have a lot of content. Look at all this stuff that we get to go through today. Lots of trains, cars, and many other things. Locomotives, coaches, and many other things. There's a lot of stuff in this pack, I think. Well, okay, I actually don't know how much stuff is actually in this pack, or how much might be carried over, or might be in other American DLCs, because I've done I think I've reviewed I don't know, 3 or 4 American routes by now here in Trainz 3, but I will at least say this is pretty much the general stuff that you get here in the Marias Pass DLC on its own. Now, Marias Pass Approach isn't necessarily the newest DLC in Trainz either. I think actually Marias Pass Approach might date back to even before I started making these videos here on Trainz 3. It just kind of took me this long to get around to making a video on this route. But I figured I would do a USA route for this video because we looked at a bunch of other foreign stuff recently, so here we are back on an American route. Okay, let's actually get to what you actually get with this route, starting with some of the locomotives. Now, a lot of these locomotives do look the same, so I'm not going to bother with giving them their actual type name. I'm just going to describe the kind of locomotive that I think it is. So starting with this guy. This is a Santa Fe big engine. Yes. We have Santa Fe content in this route asset pack thingamajig. Because I'm just recording. Just do some recordings. I know this bit. It's awesome. Anyway, here we are. Locomotive. The big Santa Fe engine. This was number 134. Well, I say that. I think this one has random road numbers, but anyways, yeah, here it is. The big. And this is in the old war bonnet, silver and red, Santa Fe livery. Okay, in case you're curious though what kind of locomotive this is, let's actually go to the engines. This is the GP60M. So there you go. It's one of those big locomotives I use for the big freight trains that they run in the United States. And it is included here in this route. So let's take a look at the interior detailing. Oh, I think this one might have the updated. We have an updated cab. Actually, I think this cab might be brought over from the other engine and stuff like that. We're now getting massive amounts of base boostedisms. Oh, that's pretty good on there. But yeah, look at that. This locomotive has a completely. I think the exterior of this locomotive is it is kind of old. It's on the more old side, but the interior is an all-new cab, I think, in this game. But look at how this looks. Yes. Oops. Okay, that's a bug. When you get into the map, for some reason the game gets all weird. Alright, well, let's blow the horn on this thing. If find that so goes over the bum over the diesel engines. Okay, it's a bit quiet. See if we can hear from inside the cab. No, okay, we're going to have to drive this thing forward a little bit because it is quite loud here, I must admit. I think the loudest thing here is the F40. I think if I deleted that thing, I'd be able to make it a lot quieter. Too bad there's no delete button once you put a train down. I don't think there is. Right, here is this engine. So there you go. Sounds are interesting. Up next, we have something a little bit. Okay, I think I'm gonna just tell the F40 to go away because this thing is. I think this is like the loudest thing here. But okay, actually, yeah, let's go over this as well since since I'm about to get rid of it. So interesting enough, in this DLC, you also get the Amtrak F40 P8 with the Amtrak Phase 5 baggage car and the Superliner coaches. Yes, the Superliners are back in Trainz Simulator 3 in this DLC. Now, with that being said, though, you don't necessarily need to buy this add-on in order to get this locomotive. You can actually download it for free in the free City and Country USA routes. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I hate the. Why don't they make the bundle coupler? But you can get the F40 and all the coaches for free in the free City and Country USA route, which is also available in this game. And there goes the F40. Yeah, so I'm going to tell the F40 go away because it's quite loud. But you get the F40 and this coach and all the coaches and everything in this pack. But you can also get it for free in the City and Country USA. So if you're like a really, really, really big fan of the F40 and you don't care about anything else in this add-on and you really like the F40 and these coaches, again, you don't have to buy this add-on to get those. You can just get it for free in the City and Country USA route in this game. Okay, now it's a little more quiet. Let's get into some of the other freight locomotives in this add-on. Here we have a BNSF engine. Yes, BNSF big engine, which, again, in case you care, is known as the BNSF something. Here we go. It's the -9. There you go, -9 BNSF engine. I tell you what, the model work on this thing though is kind of bad. In fact, I'm almost thinking, is this a MSTS port by any chance? Like, is this the Microsoft Trainz Simulator version of this engine just poured into this? Because it looks like it. The texturing on this one is, well, it's terrible, to say the least. Very old and outdated and rubbish. Like, yeah, this one is. This is not a nice looking locomotive, like in terms of how it's been represented in this game. Let's look at the interior cab. Oh yeah, okay, old, outdated cab as well. Yeah. Yeah, I think this might be the MSTS though. So hey, though, if you want some MSTS nostalgia, well, you can get that in this. This engine isn't that. So let's check out the sounds. Oh, it's our good old friend, the most generic horn and bell sound in the world. Well, there you go. Okay, detection, there you go. So that's included in this add-on as well. Alright, let's get into this a little bit more interesting though. Here is this. Now, again, I'm not sure if this locomotive, I think this locomotive might be included in a different DLC, or it might be exclusive to the Rise Pass route, but here is the P32 locomotive in Amtrak Phase 3, the special Pepsi can. I say special, but the Pepsi can livery that this locomotives wore back in the day. But yeah, Amtrak -9 or no -8 something, or also known as the P32 in the Amtrak Pepsi can livery. I believe this is a. I think this locomotive. I think over in the PC versions of this game, though, you can actually get this thing for free on the downstation and even from website. I think this is made by Jointed Rail, and you can download this for free from that website. But if you want to hear in the Trainz 3 mobile version, I believe it's. I think it's well. Okay. Well, as far as I know, it's included in this route, yes, but it might be in a different run. I'm not sure though. But there you go. It's in this route though, so there you go. And then well, not finally, but getting close. We have this thing here. This is a Canadian National GP something. So let's just take a look. There we go. The GP40-3, which for some reason is in a Canadian National livery in the thumbnail, when actually in the game it actually looks like this. This is a green Canadian National. Okay, so it is Canadian National, but it's in a green and yellow livery. Now, I don't really know what this livery is or where it comes from, though, so you guys have to let me know what this thing is. Although this route is based in the Midwest, which is pretty close to Canada, so I guess Canadian National would occasionally run the trains on this line, but to simulate that a bit more better, here is this locomotive. Yep, there you go. And for the final locomotive, we have this thing. Now, this is another war bonnet, livery, big engine. All this one is different. I can promise you that. This is the... So that's the GP60M that we looked at before. This one is the ES44AC in the BNSF war bonnet livery. I promise you the oh, I forgot to blow the horn on this one. Oops. Hang on. Okay, so here's... Okay, let's actually take a look at the horn on this one as well. I forgot to this one. Yeah. There you go. And this one. There you go. And this engine. Oh, hello. This one makes its presence known. What is that bell? What? Anyway, there you go. So that's all. That's almost all the locomotives you get. Of course, we also have the F40, which I had to get rid of because it was too loud. But yeah. So that's pretty much what you get for locomotives plus the F40. Now let's get to the rolling stock that you get in this pack. So obviously you also get all these Superliner coaches, you know, these different kinds, and with the Phase 5 package card as well. Again, you can get this for free at the St. Country USA, but it's also included in this pack as well. And but here's some stuff that is exclusive to this pack. I believe we have this. We have a few tanker cars, which I haven't seen. I'm not sure. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe these are exclusive to this route, but they might also be available in a couple others. We also have these stack cars, which are currently empty. I'm not sure if there's a way to fill these up in the free roam mode. There's also yellow version as well, and this hopper car, and whatever this is. I think this is to carry logs and stuff. But that's pretty much a general rundown of everything they get in this route. Of course, you also have some pre-made trains. You have the Superliner concept, which would have the F40 in the front. And then there's this this CSX locomotive here with some brown hopper cars. I believe this is included in this pack. You also have these engines and... Oh yeah, you also get this. You get this Illinois Central hopper car as well, which you might be very familiar with if you're a long-time Trainz player. Oh, in this route they're black, so yeah, but I believe these are exclusive to this DLC as well. And you also have these the big red locomotive pulling the Penn Salt tanker car. Not sure why it's Penn Salt. I think, you know, when I think of Penn Central, and oh boy, that was a disaster for everyone. But there you go. Now, I don't think this is... I think there might be a couple other things in this pack that I may have missed out on, but this is pretty much a general rundown of everything that you get in this route. So that's all the rolling stock. Let's now drive a train. Alright, so here is all of the scenarios and sessions that you get with this route. You get five pre-scripted scenarios. You get the container ship, which has a CSX locomotive, and I should mention as well that you will also see some CSX locomotives in this route. I believe those are just part of the default content, the ones that you would see on the Rocky Mountain Pass route, which is included with this game. So you drive all those in the container ship scenario. You also have the evening run, which has the BNSF locomotive, and there's gasoline transport. Those are basically the three regular freight scenarios. Then the morning Superliner, which uses the F40 and those Superliner coaches that you saw earlier, which I believe is like the only passenger service in this one. And they have oil train. And the one that we're going to be doing today is the oil train one. Now, you might be thinking, wait, but this has an Amtrak P32 in the thumbnail. Are we using a P32 as a freight locomotive? Well, yes we are. But if we're going to do that, this scenario also comes with a few free roam scenarios as well. You have the regular ones, free drive or pass route. You have the autumn version as well, and a nighttime scenario as well. And I just realized I forgot to show you the route map. I don't know how that came out, but yeah. this is the route map for the Moraes Pass approach route. Yeah, I don't know how I forgot to show you that, but yeah, here it is. This is the route map of the this is the entire Moraes Pass approach route, and this one is pretty big. Yeah, it's it feels like one of the common themes that we've seen so far in all the DLC routes they've looked at in this game. They're all pretty small routes, but we finally come to another route that is not huge. Like it's not absolutely massive like the Australian route is, but it's pretty big. You can definitely spend some time driving on this route. Yes, indeed. And I believe this is this. Wait, who's that? See, oh, that's that F4 that I sent off. He's on his own way, but there you go. But yeah, there is the entirety of the route map in this route. Which also reminds me, there's also a weird glitch where if you zoom in into the route map, you can't actually. I might just show it off in the scenario, but we'll see. But anyway, that is all of the inclusiveness. Plus, there's this Moraes Pass approach. That's my own thing. You won't get that in your own thing, but there you go. That's all of these scenarios, stuff like that. So let's look at the description of the oil train scenario then. All right, so the oil train. Your today's task. I don't think that's how you say it. It says your task for today is to drive an oil train. Drive the oil train to the factory so they can process to produce the fuel, unload the oil, and then pick up a new train afterwards. So it looks like we have quite a bit of work to do today. So let's get started. All right, so the oil train scenario on the Moraes Pass route. Here we go. All right, so here is our power for the day, and yes. All right, so today you are in charge of a crude oil train. Ooh, crude oil. Okay, I've done a lot of that in Transport Fever, but crude oil train here at Trainz 3. Your first job is to unload the train. After that, you have to drive a second train. Wait, unload the train. What? Oh, okay. Alright, but here it is. So, wait, 2 locomotives for this train, really? Okay, now I drive to the oil refinery and unload the oil. Alright. Well, here we are then, driving a cursed consist today. Yeah, I guess Amtrak is getting into the freight business. I don't know. Anyways, okay, so here's the thing. So we're starting off in Cut Bank. And then we zoom out here, and then when we get close to the surface, oh, we can't actually get back into the thing. We have to hit this button, and then we can zoom in on our train. That's such a weird thing. I don't know why that is. Alright, well anyway, welcome back to Trainz 3. I know I'm saying that at a weird time. Oh, so you guys flex to the front. Oh, that's kind of cool. Anyways, here's some more of the rolling stock that you might see on this route. Some of the rolling stock, though, is just stuff that's like already used in like the base game. So just decided to bring that over to this route because it is American after all. But anyway, here we are using Amtrak P32s to pull a freight train. Now, granted, these locomotives do look like they should be used for freight hauling. Oh, there's another one. But they were used for passengers instead. Because as the story goes, so General Electric, was building Amtrak some P42s or the Genesis engines for Amtrak. But I guess there was some sort of delay. But Amtrak really needed these locomotives like soon. So General Electric said, okay, how about this? What we'll do for you in the meantime is we'll take one of our freight locomotives and we'll make it into a passenger locomotive, and you can have them right away. And I guess these locomotives basically those locomotives were basically a stopgap until the P42s or P whatever you want to call them eventually arrived. And they're in that iconic Pepsi can livery. I understand if this livery isn't necessarily gone for good. So for Amtrak's 50th anniversary, they painted one of their Genesis units into this livery. Interesting enough, you may think, well, Amtrak still has the Dash 8s, though. Why don't they just paint one of those into the Pepsi can livery? Well, I think the reason is because pretty soon, these locomotives in real life are actually going to be going into retirement. Like Amtrak is planning on getting rid of them and replacing them with the with those new ALC-42 locomotives, which makes sense. I mean, these locomotives are getting pretty old and stuff, so it makes sense that Amtrak would want to, replace them for something new. And now some guys be like, "Oh, well, they should just keep the B-42. They should just keep the old locomotives." And this. Guys, look. No matter how much you like a certain locomotive, no matter how good it is, there will come a point in time where it will be replaced by something new, and that isn't necessarily a bad thing. Now, granted, the new ALC-42 locomotives Amtrak recently got, they've had quite a bit of problems. But it was going to happen at some point. Amtrak was going to get something new to replace something that is old. But while the locomotive might be gone pretty soon in real life, well, we'll always have it in the games. And here it is in Trainz Simulator 3. Well, I guess this were Trainz Simulator 3. I guess now I'll mention the other thing that I also just wanted to briefly mention. So last week I debuted my new recording method, which uses an Elgato capture card. So gone is the old recording method. Yeah, I like how I did that perfectly. I'm gonna segue from a discussion about replacing something old with something that is new, and I'm about to do it again, but with recording. So in the last video, that was the Train of ATS 3 that I uploaded last week, I debuted a new recording style. I got rid of the old style where I used to use a screen recorder on my iPad, and then I recorded my commentary on Audacity, and then I would load the footage from my iPad onto the computer. But that's over now. Now, though, I am now switched over to using an Elgato capture card to mirror my iPad screen onto my computer, and now I'm using OBS to record this video. And the interesting thing about OBS is that it's actually now recording the game track and my commentary and everything all into the same track, so it makes editing a little bit easier. Basically, previously I would have to sync it up, where I would have to sync up the footage with the commentary. I don't have to do that anymore because now it's recording all in the same thing. It's more convenient and it looks nicer too. I think there was also a hint of blurriness as well that you may have noticed from when I was using the old recording method, but now hopefully it will be clear and crisp and stuff. There's a freight train. Hello there! We're quite slow. Meanwhile, we're going quite fast. 70 miles per hour. We've reached the speed limit. Yes. Oh, we actually have to start doing it anyway because we're... Okay, let's get on the brakes. The brakes are pretty strong, but, I want to be safe about this. Yeah, now with that being said, I don't know why we're using freight locomotives passenger locomotives to pull a freight train, but... You know what I'm thinking, though? Did Amtrak ever at least consider maybe putting these locomotives into, freight hauling? Because, I mean, they do have four-wheeled bogies, or trucks. Four-wheel trucks, and most freight locomotives have six-wheel trucks. But... I don't know. One other thing as well, though, that I also should have pointed out, or I say should have pointed out, but wanted to point out, is that, so I believe that these Dash 8s, or whatever you want to call them, are also used on the Amtrak Midwestern services, and those Midwestern services also use the Horizon coaches. Not to be confused with the Forza Horizon franchise. But in case you didn't know, the Horizon coaches are actually in Trainz Simulator 3. You can get those in the Summer Lake Valley route, I think, which is a route that I already. Oh my god! Which is a route that I already did a video on. As I forgot to go with this view. And I actually showed off everything in that route. So, yeah. So plugging other stuff if you want to see what the Summer Lake Valley route looks like. I already did a video on that one, which for some reason uses American trains in Canada. Alright, so I have to stop here and that says please turn around. Because we have to back into this thing here. I noticed the points are invisible, but I think the points are already set for us, so we can just back up and be able to do everything for us. Alright, so now we're gonna back up to here. Oh, we're gonna drop off the tankers here. Okay. Yeah. Oh, we have to only go 10 miles. Okay, so the points are officially set now. But we're limited to 10 miles per hour. I mean, which makes sense. We're going, we're going through a yard, but still, come on. Frame rate's not very smooth though. Like I said, I'm still surprised though that they actually managed to get this game to run on mobile, but yeah. Let's try not to go too fast. Here's more of these oil tankers, which again I think is exclusive to this route. Yeah, this is we're at some sort of oil refinery or something. Well, duh. Yeah, we are. Okay, we'll have to go this slow though. Come on. Just try to get 34%. That should be good. So, I believe the original version, though, this route is like 10 years old, or no, 13 now. Because, I think actually the first ever version of this route I was actually released with Trainz 2009, back in, well, 2009. And I think even the exact same version of that route was also then ported into Trainz Simulator 2, around like 2016 or something. Now, with that being said, though, I don't think that this. I mean, okay, well, obviously, this version of the route that we're playing on right now is not that exact version. But I believe what they. Well, basically, what they did, though, is that they took the original version of this route and they basically upgraded to utilize all the. I mean, it has like the new track texture. Yeah, that's only present here in this generally the newer version for the new Trainz games. Okay, stop at the signpost for unloading the oil. Unloading the train may take a while. Okay, well, okay. Wait a minute. Do we have to stop? Wait a minute. Are we going to stop through this whole thing? Hang on a minute. Let's. Okay, let's come to a stop here. I tell you what, though, the scenario is definitely interesting one. I'm actually kind of glad I picked this scenario. Did I go a little bit too far there? Oh no, we stopped. Or we stopped in the right place. Okay. Alright. Okay. You know what? I'm glad I picked this scenario because there's a couple gameplay features in the scenario that we haven't seen yet. Can I... Okay, come on. Okay, I'll just do this. Nope. Oh, my camera's gone AWOL. Walls. Okay, stop right about here. Okay. So I guess if you stop as close as you can. For some reason I can't move the camera, but yeah, alright. Yep, come on. Okay, yeah, the camera's a bit weird though. Alright, this should be the last of it. Okay, not quite. Yeah, hang on. All but one. Okay. All right. Drive to the okay. Unload. Okay. Drive to the stop signal and unload. Okay. Well, first. Okay. I said there's an uncoupling sound. I have to uncouple the cars first, though. Or are we good? There you go. That's a pretty neat gameplay feature. Let's go 36% so we don't break the speed limit, because we've done pretty good so far today and I want to blow it. Okay, finally I have a freedom of the camera again. Alright, we've unloaded all the oil and stuff. Tell you what, though, this scenario though would be so much better though if they actually used, oh, I don't know, a freight engine. Actually, you know what's kind of sad though? Like all of the big freight engines that we looked at in this DLC actually don't look that good. Like this locomotive here, besides the F40, this might be the best like all-around locomotive in this entire pack. You know, with the best sounds, best detail, best everything, you know. Oh, they used that BNSF locomotive though in a different scenario, so I don't know. Maybe they wanted. But hang on, I was just thinking to myself. Well, maybe they decided to use this locomotive in a scenario so they would be able to, you know, shine some light on it. But here's the thing. They also included the Amtrak Superliner coaches in this add-on. You could have used this locomotive with those coaches, and it still would have been realistic. But nah, let's just look as a freight hauler instead, even though I don't think there's ever okay, there may have been a couple times where this locomotive did haul some freight in real life, but come on, it couldn't have been that common of an occurrence. I guess maybe this scenario though takes place in like a super rare occasion where Amtrak decided to lend their P32s or Dash 8s or whatever you want to call them to BNSF or something, so they could, you know, use them as freight locomotives, I guess. Well, anyway, yeah. You know, because the funny thing is that the main reason I decided to choose this scenario is because, you know, these locomotives are like the featured thing, and I figured, yeah, let's do this. Also, I think I just realized something, though. I think this is the third Trainz 3 video I've made where I'm driving an Amtrak locomotive. Yeah. First time I drove the P42 on the City Country USA route. Then I drove the F40, the F40 Phase 4 version on the Summer Lake Valley route. And now we're driving a Dash 8 here on the Marias Pass route. Marias Pass approach. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Something else to do with this. Well, not something else to do with this, but something else to do with this route. As another BNSF train. So, the Marias Pass route in general has actually been featured in multiple, well, I'd say multiple, but it's been featured in a number of other Trainz simulators as well. I think the most notable ones I can think of is that, so, the interesting thing is, here in the world of Trainz, so, they call this route the Marias Pass Approach Route because this route is just the approach of the Marias Pass. Whereas in other games, they actually have the full, complete Marias Pass. Not just the approach, but the entire thing from end to end. And, now, the entirety of the Marias Pass has actually been made in two different train sims, which ironically both have links to each other. So one is the Microsoft Trainz Simulator, which, again, if you've been around this landscape, you may have heard of Microsoft Trainz Simulator. And I even, you know, mentioned, I think that BNSF locomotive might have been an MSGS port, but Microsoft Trainz Simulator was the first train sim, I think, to have this route in its entirety. and it was actually one of the base routes as well. Like there were 6 routes included in the original Microsoft Trainz Simulator. So 2 of those were American, then there were 2 European ones and 2 Japanese ones. Yes, but anyway, but one of those 2 American routes was the Morass Pass route, the whole thing. And then the Morass Pass route was made again for the Railworks Train Simulator about 10 years later. Because I believe the original Microsoft Train Simulator came out back in 2001, and then the Morass Pass route for Train Sim Classic was released in 2013. So about 12 years after that, this route was made again for Train Sim Classic. And there might be a couple other games out there that I don't. I think this is this route also in Run 8 by any chance? I've never played Run 8, so I don't know. But yeah, Run 8 is also a thing. Yeah. But yeah, this road has been featured in a number of train simulators and here in Trainz as well. I think we can stop now. Okay. Now we uncouple the cars here. There we go. Alright, now we gotta pull up to this marker here. But yeah, so you can see the Morass Pass is a pretty well-known route in the Train Sim landscape. Now, so as far as what I've driven on this route as well in other situations, so I don't think I've actually had played Microsoft Train Simulator, by the way. So if you guys want to see some content on that, that might be a thing in the future. But I think actually no, I never actually touched the Morass Pass route over in Trainz, or no Trainz, Microsoft Train Simulator. I mean, I'm dumb. Microsoft Train Simulator. However, I do have the Morass Pass route over in Train Simulator Classic, and I've actually driven the entirety of that route on a live stream twice actually. First live stream I did on the route was in early 2019, and that was just with the included rolling like they go with the Morass Pass route. But then I drove the entire route a second time a couple years later in 2021 with the Amtrak SDP 40F. And, I don't know, maybe I'll drive the road a third time at some point. We'll see. And eventually, though, we will also look at the Morass Pass approach route as it is in Trainz Simulator 2. Interestingly enough, back in the day, I did actually get the Morass Pass route, or the Morass Pass approach route over in Trainz 2. But I never played on the route itself that much. I mainly just got it because it came with, like, the superliners. You know. But as far as the route itself, though, I never played that much. And then I actually, so interestingly enough, for you, Trainz PC users, the Morass Pass route is actually freely available on the download station. So I think in Trainz Simulator 12 and above, you can get the Morass Pass approach route for free from the download station. I actually downloaded that route in Trainz New Era as well. So yeah, this route has a lot of representation. So if you're like a big fan of Morass Pass, this route is available in just about every Trainz Simulator I can think of. Like, it's everywhere. I guess, so what are my thoughts on the route itself? All things considered, it's not really my cup of tea. I'm really not the biggest fan in the world of, like, American freight stuff. I mean, that's not to say I don't like it, but it's just, you know, I'm just not really all that interested in, you know, American, or, well, freight stuff in general. It actually doesn't matter if it's American or Japanese or North Korean. I'm just not really the biggest fan of freight stuff. I'm really more of a passenger guy. I just thought I would make this video because, you know, if anyone else, like I said, you know, essentially the purpose of these route reviews is to show off the route, and if any of you guys are interested in getting this route, if you have Trainz 3, then, well, this is a pretty good video to watch for that. Now, with that being said, I don't think I'm probably not the first guy to do a video on this route because this route has been out for quite a while now, and like I said though, it just kind of took me this long to get to making a video on this route. Actually, the main reason though why I decided to not do a video on this route is because so many others, so much other stuff came out. I mean, even after I started, playing this, they then came up with the Summer Lake Valley route, I think it was, and then the Short Line Railroad, and all this other stuff that I really wanted to look at first. And there's still, I mean, as of when I'm recording this video today, right now, what are those European signals? Wait a minute. I can't believe it took me this long to realize this. Are those European signals in an American route? Did I see that correctly? What the heck? Yeah. But as I was saying though, so there are 2 more US routes I have to cover on the content store as of the making of this video right now. So there's the Midwestern Branch Line route, which actually just came out not too long ago. Midwestern Branch route, and there's the Summer Lake Pass route, which that's been out for quite a while. And then who knows how many more US routes will come out for this game. I'm gonna take a look at the next one. But I had a US route next on the list. I figured, yeah. And even there's still some other like older routes on the content store that I haven't checked out yet. There's also the British Midlands 2.0. I've been meaning to look at that one for a while, but again, there's just been so much other stuff that The thing is, right, though, is that I'm trying to cover like the more recent routes that have come out for this game because, views. Ironically, there's also a couple of German routes that I haven't looked at or studied to look at. Yeah, you won't believe it, but they released a PT Alpine Lake 3. Yeah, gotta say that's the point. And there's also the PT Brocken Road, which I also mentioned in the last Trainz video. Now, all these routes will be looked at some point in the future. Yeah, it'll happen in due time. Don't worry. But for now, though, here's a video on Marias Pass approach in Trainz 3. There's definitely been an interesting scenario, though. Like, I was expecting this was going to be just another like regular run, like, oh, cool, we're delivering some oil, but interestingly enough, we had like a bit of, shunting maneuvers, which is kind of fun. Now, of course, we're not going to see the entirety of the route in this, actually, started from halfway, so actually, oh my goodness, this map is, yeah. There we go. We're actually about midway in the route. Oh, freight train! Yeah, there's some brown hopper cars. Yes. Sound delay? I'm not sure if it's coming across in like the video or something, but I noticed the sound is slightly delayed. Yeah, now with that being said though, I'm still figuring like all the ins and outs of this new recording format though. Like I haven't completely 100% figured it out yet. Um Now I don't know if this will come across in the video, but there's like a small delay. Like it's really small and you probably won't even notice it, but there's like a 0.2-second delay from like what I'm doing and from what's being projected onto the screen. I've just noticed that the sound is a little bit delayed as well, like when I move the camera from like one side of the train to the other. Now, I guess one other thing that I might as well point out is that I'm actually listening to the volume of the game through like the hold on, thought for a moment. We have a freight train, another freight train. A lot of AI in this scenario though, I like that. There's a CSX locomotive with some pan salt tankers. Wah! I think of Penn Central. Nightmares. But yeah, as I was saying, I haven't completely figured out this format yet. Like, one thing that I still have yet to do is I need to get one of those HDMI, splitter thingies. So this way I can just, you know, record the video, because, in case you didn't watch the last video, there's this weird system where Apple has this thing called like HDMI copyright block thingamajig, where basically you plug the iPad in, but oh, it's black. You don't see anything. So I have to keep plugging and unplugging the thing, like the cable that goes to my iPad, which goes to the capture card, which then goes to the computer. Until I finally get it. Also, ooh, 4 out of 5 stars. I think we're almost at the end of the scenario. Let me check. Oh, this feels so quite long though. 40 minutes. Yeah, that could be a long video. Oh well. By the way, one thing I'm still trying to like get some sort of feedback from you guys. Do you prefer longer videos or shorter videos? Like, are you okay if I make a video that's like an hour long? Or should I try to trim down my videos a little bit and make them a bit shorter? Because the reason why these videos aren't necessarily long is because I want to show as much content as I can. Because I know, you know, these are like proper like gameplay videos where I want you guys to see everything in case you're thinking about making a decision on purchasing this. But again, are you okay with me like having like hour-long videos, or should I try to trim them down a bit? Because even this scenario actually isn't that long. I think it's like now about like half an hour or 40 minutes. But then I also spent the first like 15 minutes of this video or so like just talking about all the stuff they get in this route. But again, that's, you know, that is like important stuff, at least to me, because, you know, like I said, if you're thinking about getting this, I want to show you guys everything, but, you know. Well then, I guess we're nearly at the end of this scenario. It's a fun scenario though. I like it. I guess in terms of other news, I might as well give out, you know, the teaser news then, since this video's almost over. So, things are gonna be changing pretty soon. Yeah. Yeah, let's say things are gonna work a bit differently. Pretty soon. In fact, in a sense, this video kind of marks the end of an era. And before you freak out, no, I'm not gonna stop making videos. This isn't the last video of all time. Actually, the opposite. In fact, might be posting videos even more frequently, pretty soon. Now you might be thinking, well, Frony, what are you talking about then? Well, all will be revealed soon. Also, I got a new car. That's right, I got myself a car, which again, I'll show off in more detail soon. But for now, here we are at what I assume is the last stop, as we seem to be at this random ministry. Yeah. And also, I know I didn't show the entirety of this route in this video. That being said, though, maybe one day I'll do a video in the future though where we do drive the entirety of this route. But that's what you're gonna see for today. Ooh, I don't know what my... Actually, I should get a perfect score for this one. I haven't sped. I haven't ran any lights or whatever. I haven't done anything. I've done everything perfectly. So far. Let's not botch it up now. Oh! Close. I almost love to blow the scenario right there, but... Yeah. Wait, are we uncoupling the last... Oh, I don't think that's it, actually. Or is it? Wait, I don't think that's it. Oh, that's it. Okay. Alright, that's it. Alright, that is it. Alright, yay! We complete the mission. Alright. I guess not gonna take us back to thing. Oh, there we go. Yay! 5 out of 5 stars. Good job, me. Alright, look at that. Perfect score. Alright. Alright, getting good at these scenarios. Well, that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have any more comments, questions, and concern in regards to this add-on or whatever, leave it in the comment section down below. But for now, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in whatever I make next, which will be something a bit big. But again, that'll wait. But anyway, yeah, like I said, see you in whatever I make next.